Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Greetings, one and all. Laszlo Montgomery here. If you're just sitting down to a nice cup of tea, I suggest you put it in a to-go cup because this one won't take long. Today's Chinese saying is a real good one. A great little story and still relevant in our trying times. Mó Chǔ Chéng Zhén. This one, I can almost offer you a money-back guarantee that when I break these 4 characters down, you'll already be able to figure out what this one means. Mó Chǔ Chéng Zhén. Mó means to rub, grind, or wear down, or polish. And a chu is a pestle, like in a mortar and pestle. It's also a metal bar or a wooden club used to beat clothes during washing. Cheng means to accomplish or succeed, or in this case, to become. And the 4th character, zhen, is a needle. Grind, metal bar, become needle. You could already get the main idea, but without knowing the gushi or story, you can't quite fully appreciate it. The Chu, or source of this chengyu, is a book from the late Southern Song called Fang Yu Sheng Lan, The Splendors of the Land. This came out in 1239 during the long reign of the Ho-Hum Emperor Li Zong. He was on duty when the Mongols ran roughshod over the Jurchens in 1234, so we all know what followed a few decades later. But this Emperor Li Zong, he didn't do too much to address his Mongol issue, and thanks to that, the Southern Song went down in flames 15 years after the end of his reign. So, during this frightful time, there lived a noted Confucian scholar and official of the Southern Song named Zhu Mu, and he wrote this 70-volume work that focused on the geography and customs in the counties that were part of Lin'an Prefecture. And Lin'an, of course, was the capital of the Song, and in its day, 12th, 13th century, I've seen this in more than a few places, it had the highest population and ranked among the largest cities in the world. And this is in the vicinity of present-day Hangzhou in fabulous Zhejiang province. And contained in this work, The Splendors of the Land, is this story from which we get this very useful chengyu. Mó Chǔ Chéng Zhén. It comes from a chapter on the city of Meizhou in today's Sichuan province, just south of the provincial capital of Chengdu. Today it's called Meishan, and the histories mention that the great poet Li Bai spent many years there as a child attending school. And Li Bai, who lived 701 to 762, along with the poet Du Fu, are considered China's 2 most celebrated and renowned poets. Li Bai was known as the Shi Xian, or poet immortal, and Du Fu, the Shi Sheng, or poet sage. Li Bai was an avid Taoist and lover of wine, and both influences can be seen in much of his poetry. And according to legend, and as written in Zhu Mu's book, Li Bai, during his childhood, was sent to school near Elephant Ear Mountain in Meizhou, again, today's Meishan. And as a young'un, Li Bai was an exceptionally clever child, and it took him only 2 or 3 repetitions to memorize information, which took others 10 repetitions to learn. And like many fast learners and geniuses who came before and after Li Bai, the teaching pace was way too slow for him, and he grew lazy and restless, and he would often play hooky from school and go exploring around Elephant Ear Mountain. And tradition has it that one day, as Li Bai was playing by a creek in the mountain, he came across an old white-haired pawpaw filing this rather large iron rod as big as her arm against a slab of river rock. Li Bai stared incredulously at the old woman as she ground that thick iron rod back and forth against the rough stone, wearing it down, no doubt, but not visibly, and it all seemed so pointless. So young Li Bai watched her for a while, and eventually his curiosity got the best of him, and Li Bai asked the old pawpaw, "Why are you filing down that iron rod? What use could it possibly be?" And she replied, "Oh, I'm filing it down to make an embroidery needle." And Li Bai said, "But at the rate you're going, that will take forever." And the old woman thereupon replied to Li Bai with these immortal lines that have been repeated millions of times throughout the centuries following the Song dynasty. 只要功夫深，铁杵磨成针. If you work hard enough, you can grind an iron bar into a needle, meaning with enough time and work, it will be done in the end. Li Bai let that sink in and continued to watch with respect and admiration at the Lao Pawpaw's single-minded determination to make an embroidery needle out of that thick iron rod. And this inspired young Li Bai profoundly. And from that day on, he applied himself and worked hard at school, no longer using his innate cleverness as an excuse to skip class and not pay attention. And he devoted himself to learning and in nurturing his creative abilities. And it was due to his hard work and perseverance that he was eventually able to become one of the greatest poets of China. And as for the old woman, well, her surname was Wu, and in honor of her memory and her great service to the poet Li Bai, there's a rock at the spot where, well, tradition says she met him, and it's called Wu Shi Yan, or Madame Wu's Rock. Mó Chǔ Chéng Zhén, to file an iron rod into a needle, meaning with enough perseverance, even the most impossible task can be accomplished. If you put your mind to any task that lies ahead and you give it your all, you too can grind an iron bar down to a needle. We were all taught that Rome wasn't built in a day and that practice makes perfect and slow and steady wins the race. It was hammered into some of us that little strokes fell great oaks, inch by inch, anything's a cinch, and that if at first you don't succeed, try again. You get the main idea. So let's all learn a lesson from the old woman in Meizhou Mó Chǔ, who filed that iron bar in order to, Chéng Zhén, turn it into a needle. Mó Chǔ Chéng Zhén. Once again, let me send my thanks and gratitude across the Pacific Ocean to Emma, over in the chengyu 研究中心, 谢谢小吕. See, I told you this one would be short. And until the next time, my good-looking listeners, this is Laszlo Montgomery signing off once again from the capital of the Southland, Los Angeles, California. Please consider coming back again next time for another exciting episode of the Chinese Sayings Podcast.